Look, let's start with Meghan Markle.
Why not?
So the couple have been begging for privacy.
Let's take a quick look at the South Park destruction of Meghan and Harry, just because it's so funny.
Get away from them! They're everywhere! In my face! Look, Kyle, we just kind of don't care about some dumb prince and his stupid wife.
They said they wanted privacy, but now they're everywhere. And then South Park happened. Something shifted. A viral video of Meghan Markle sent shockwaves through social media. Again. But this time, the backlash wasn't subtle. It was swift, brutal, and loud. Just when the dust seemed to settle, South Park delivered what many are calling their most savage takedown yet. But what made this satire sting so much? Was it just comedy, or something deeper, more revealing? Because after this episode aired, public perception took a nosedive, and Meghan's carefully crafted narrative may never recover. Why did a simple animated sketch make global headlines? What did Meghan say in that viral clip that triggered this level of mockery? And why are some insiders saying this could be a turning point for her and Prince Harry's entire media image? We're breaking it all down, clip by clip, headline by headline, and exposing the story behind the screen. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why South Park didn't just roast them. They exposed a much bigger problem that even Meghan's PR team can't spin away. Meghan Markle's latest video, intended as a heartfelt message, unleashed a wave of online criticism that spiraled far beyond her expectations. But what exactly did she say that triggered such a harsh reaction? The video featured Meghan discussing privacy, media intrusion, and the emotional toll of constant public scrutiny. She appeared well composed, yet many felt the message was disconnected from reality. Viewers accused her of being tone-deaf, speaking of invasion while simultaneously signing multi-million-dollar media deals with Spotify, Netflix, and Apple. Comments on social media were swift. How can someone ask for privacy while being filmed professionally in their Montecito mansion? The message, which might have been seen as vulnerable and honest a few years ago, now read as strategic, PR Polish over authenticity. And as public frustration grew, the timing couldn't have been worse. Because a satirical force known for sparing no one was watching, South Park doesn't pull punches. And in February 2023, the long-running animated series released an episode that would send Meghan and Harry's public image spiraling.
Let's guess, the prince and his wife. We want privacy! We want privacy!
Titled The Worldwide Privacy Tour, the episode introduced a royal couple clearly modeled after the Sussexes. They traveled the world with picket signs demanding, "We want privacy," all while appearing on talk shows, releasing memoirs, and launching branded products. Was it just a joke, or a mirror being held up to a deeper hypocrisy? Creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone are known for mocking celebrities, but this hit differently. The depiction was so sharp, so uncensored, it left no room for misunderstanding. The episode quickly went viral. Clips flooded Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Hashtags like #South Park Roast and #Hypocrisy Tour trended for days. Even people who previously defended Meghan began asking questions. Why are they always in the spotlight if they want to be left alone? What made this satire sting more than others? It wasn't just funny, it was painfully accurate. From Harry's memoir parody titled Wah to Meghan's cartoon character demanding control over their brand image, South Park captured sentiments the public had already been whispering about. Media critics called it a turning point. Piers Morgan tweeted, "South Park did in 20 minutes what the British press has been trying to say for years." Even neutral observers admitted the show had exposed an uncomfortable truth. Is this how the world really sees them now? The exaggeration hit close to home because it echoed headlines Meghan and Harry had generated themselves. Multiple Netflix specials, bombshell interviews, a tell-all memoir, business partnerships, all while criticizing the spotlight. The satire hit hard because it wasn't baseless. It was rooted in real choices. The Sussexes did not release an official statement, but sources close to them reportedly were not pleased. According to royal commentator Neil Sean and multiple UK tabloids, Meghan was upset and overwhelmed by the episode's reception. While she's used to criticism from tabloids, being mocked by a pop culture juggernaut like South Park cut deeper, especially when the audience cheered. Her team allegedly scrambled behind the scenes, engaging PR firms and damage control specialists. There was talk of legal consultation, though no official lawsuit was filed. Why would this episode trigger such a reaction? Unless it hit a nerve. Critics argued this silence was telling. If it had no impact, why scramble? Here's where things get worse. Just as the episode aired, Meghan's viral video continued to be dissected. News outlets replayed clips side by side with scenes from South Park. Parody met reality, and the similarities were uncomfortable. The public began using South Park clips to mock Meghan's real statements. Suddenly, the satire became the lens through which people interpreted her latest message. And with that shift, the PR machine lost control of the narrative. Could this be the moment public perception permanently turned? When Meghan and Harry stepped down from royal duties in 2020, they presented a powerful narrative, breaking free to protect their mental health and live a quieter life. But the past 3 years have been anything but quiet. Multiple high-profile projects, Netflix's Harry and Meghan documentary, Prince Harry's memoir Spare, and multiple podcast deals paint a picture not of retreat, but of rebranding. Are they royals or celebrities? Royal experts argue that the couple has crossed a line. Rather than representing royal dignity, they now resemble a Hollywood brand. And in doing so, they've alienated both the UK public and a growing portion of Americans. Was that their plan, or is the brand spiraling beyond their control? Following the South Park episode and viral backlash, media coverage shifted. Headlines read, "South Park destroys Meghan and Harry." A royal roast with lasting consequences. Why everyone's turning on the Sussexes. Public polling data showed a drop in favorability, especially in the UK. According to YouGov, Prince Harry's favorability in Britain dropped to just 25%, while Meghan's dipped to 22% following their Netflix series and public drama. And in the US, their chosen safe haven, the tone was changing too. Talk show hosts began mocking them. YouTubers who once celebrated their escape from the palace began questioning their motives. Is the world finally tired of the royal drama? In media, overexposure is deadly. Even the most beloved stars can become targets if audiences feel they're being force-fed a narrative. PR experts warn that the Sussexes' relentless media presence has reached a saturation point. And South Park may have been the breaking point. When audiences begin laughing instead of sympathizing, the spell breaks. Meghan and Harry, once symbols of rebellion and resilience, are now punchlines in a global joke. How do you recover from that? Insiders suggest that Meghan is considering a rebrand. Reports from Hollywood insiders reveal she's quietly stepped away from some media plans. Her Archetypes podcast hasn't announced new episodes, and her recent appearance schedule has been more selective. But is it too late? Can you reclaim authenticity once satire steals it? Rebuilding trust with audiences after such a viral takedown is challenging, especially when the humor exposes real contradictions and the world has receipts. Perhaps the most poetic irony? While Meghan and Harry navigate fallout in California, the British royal family has remained silent. No statements, no interviews, no responses to any claims made in Spare or the Netflix series. Their silence, intentional or not, speaks volumes. Who's really winning the long game? While Harry once accused his family of being cold and calculated, critics argue that the royal institution's decision to never complain, never explain, has protected its dignity in ways the Sussexes' strategies haven't. So where does this leave Meghan Markle? She has a platform, she has influence, but she now carries the baggage of public skepticism and cultural ridicule. Will she double down, pushing new narratives and media projects, or will she retreat, reconsidering the cost of constant exposure? Either way, the South Park episode marks more than just a comedy sketch. It symbolizes a public turning point, one where image, intention, and irony collided in spectacular fashion. And the world watched and laughed. Whether you support Meghan or criticize her, one thing is clear: this moment matters. It revealed how easily a carefully curated image can unravel when storytelling no longer aligns with reality. When the public feels misled, no amount of PR spin can restore what's been lost. Meghan Markle may still have power, but now, more than ever, the world is watching not with admiration, but with scrutiny. And if the next move isn't authentic, it might just be her last in the court of public opinion. Because satire, once unleashed, doesn't forget. And neither does the internet.